Hey, this is Dale the librarian. I'm going to be your librarian for the rest of your academic career, and hopefully beyond I can help out. My name is Dale, and I get 5 minutes to talk to you. Hopefully I won't even take that long, but here's what we're going to cover today. I'm going to give you the University of Utah Marriott Library, the four most important things you need to know, my contact information. So at any time whatsoever, if you want to contact me and reach out and say, hey, Dale, I need help with this, or is this going to work, or can you validate and look at this, or can you talk to me about anything college related? I'm happy to help. I'm a connector, so I connect people to services, but I've also been on campus a long time, so I know a lot of different resources to work with, including myself. And I'm also going to show you a guide that I have that's kind of like a summary of everything that we're going to talk about if I was in your class today. So for the Marriott Library, the first big four things that every academic library has, wherever you go, are going to be the library catalog, where you could type in, oh, even how handy that I've got something in here. Oh, let's do social policy or social welfare in Utah. Say I wanted to look up something specific. You just throw in keywords, right? And you can look up, as it says, everything. So in here, you're going to find a whole bunch of different things like books, articles, movies, research guides, blah, 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 blah. I have a more extended video, but every academic library has that. And these days you can look up books, book chapters, course reserve readings, some articles, and that and the other thing. Second thing that every academic library has is databases. I'm going to zoom in. Databases. Databases are something that used to be represented by piles of journals, piles of newspapers, and things like that. If you know the name of a database, you can go to it, like academic search, whatever, or you can go by subject and see how things are organized. The cool thing about your discipline is it shows up everywhere. People are working with people in every discipline, from business, believe it or not, chemistry, education is a big one, but you can also go to the specific discipline and see social work databases. When you access a database, you have to prove that you belong to the University of Utah, and here's a list of sociology databases that I've organized. I should put PsycInfo at the top. That seems to be more popular. But if you're ever lacking access, just log in with your University of Utah network ID, and then you'll get in. I also have another video for that. Also, if you find an article out in the world that we don't have access to, our interlibrary loan service is something that will get it to you for free, sometimes within like 10 minutes I've seen. The fourth and also important thing is research guides. If you want to learn how to do anything on campus, sometimes it's like a soft skill and it's not going to be something fun to do, read with a book. There my photo shows up quite accidentally. But if you wanted to learn about data processing, maybe you would want to talk to Anna. If you wanted to talk about refugee populations and healthcare, maybe you'd want to talk to Mary. If you wanted to look at demographics, it might be Ken Rockwell. You can also type in things like citation, qualitative assessment. We have a statistics person that you can work with, a whole bunch of different things. My guide, as I maybe alluded to before, is this one right here. And it's in the same page. If you go to, I'll leave this URL up, or you can just pause, can't you? Campus Guides, libutah.edu/social work. Or you can look for my name. And here's my email. Email me. So the big four, if you want an expanded version of those, if you go to this Teaching Practices tab, last year for COVID, when we thought it would just last for 1 year, last year for COVID, under the big four, I made a video for each one of those. And they are much more extensive. So if you want to learn how to use the library catalog, if you want to just check and see that you're doing the right thing, or databases, or research guides, or interlibrary loan, all of those videos are there for you to use. And it's similar instruction to what I've just done right now. If you go to PhD and Master's Help, this is a systematic guide that I've put together for doing literature reviews, or project assignments, or papers, or research in social work. These are not all of the resources, but these are the ones that I think are the easiest to access and most handy to use for social work students. So I have it broken down. You can read this guide but I have it broken down into main topics. So validating keywords and concepts. This is where you're like, I don't know if I understand the policy related to homelessness in cities today. What's actually being done right now? What's been done in the past? You're not looking for scholarly research. You're just looking for like big picture context. This section is really good for that. And these are all databases that I showed you in that database list. If you are already familiar with the topic and you just want to catch up or just do some paper research, these are the subject-specific databases that are really great. PsycInfo is the one that I mentioned. That one's very, 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 very popular with the social work faculty. But all these other ones can work as well. So if you're working in medical policy, education, there's like a big thing with masks going on in different states right now, for example. That's one of the places you could look. When you get to the point where you're doing a literature review and you're very familiar with the topic, then Scopus and Web of Science are really great to use as well. If you are, there's a bunch of other stuff on the guide too. If you'd like to meet with me, or if you want to work on a project, I'm happy to meet in person at the library. I'm vaccinated and I wear a mask, and we have a safe space that is only used for what I guess is the prescribed moment is like 60 to 90 minutes at a time, and then it's vacated. I'm happy to meet outside. I'm happy to meet via Zoom, or you could just send me questions via email. Please reach out. I am here to aid in reducing barriers to your academic success. That's measured by, better grades, but also the ability for you to stay in school and the ability for you to graduate. I'm one of those people on a team of many people that's here to help you get through all the things that don't really, that shouldn't be a barrier to you getting through school. You should be able to focus on the tough stuff, and I'll worry about the rest. Okay? Have a good one, and I look forward to talking with you during this academic year and so on. And I blew the video at the very end. And through the end of your academic career and throughout your academic life.